Frisco Company recently purchased 108,000 units. Before I go through this question, we need to look at the item needed or the question asked for. I'll take a look at the last two lines. If management is concerned about timely reporting on time of variances, about variances, in an effort to improve cost control and bottom line performance, this company is going to issue reports concerning the variances in order to improve blah blah blah. The materials purchase price variance. He is asking now about the material purchase price variance. In the exam, you should remember those both questions or both formulas. Direct material price variance and direct material efficiency variance or quantity variance. Both are the same. Direct material price variance is the difference between actual price minus budgeted price multiplied by actual quantity. While direct material quantity variance is the difference between actual quantity minus budgeted quantity multiplied by budgeted price. He is now asking about the material purchase price variance, which is that formula. Now I'm searching for the three amounts: actual price, budgeted price, and actual quantity. Of course, I'm talking about the direct material. Let's see. This company recently purchased 108,000 units. This is the actual quantity that I bought. So whenever we are asking the purchasing agent, the direct material price variance is the formula that I will use to ask the purchasing agent in my company. So, of course, I will use the actual quantity that he purchased already, which is 108,000 units. So I'll write here 108,000. And we will see later how this amount will differ from here and in the direct material quantity variance. They are both written actual quantity, but the actual quantity in the direct material price variance is different than the direct material quantity variance actual quantity. We will see why. The material purchased was 108,000 units for $583,200. This is the total actual price that I have paid for that quantity. What if I'm asking you for the actual price per unit, or how much I have paid for one item of direct material? So I have to divide the total amount I have paid by the total amount that I bought. So the actual price mean actual price of one item of direct material will be equal to total cost, total paid amount, divided by total units bought. So I'll divide 583,200 divided by 108,000 units in order to reach the actual price per unit. So 583,200 divided by 108,000 is equal to 5.4. So the actual price here, actual price means the actual price per unit. 5.4. I'm now searching for the budgeted price per unit. 3 units of raw material are budgeted for use in each finished goods manufactured. This sentence is very important. Why? You have to understand that this is our factory, and here is our outputs, and here is our inputs. Outputs production is equal to 1 unit, for example. In order to manufacture 1 unit of output, we need to input here 3 units of direct material. This is the sentence wrote above. Let's read it again. 3 units, this is the 3 units of raw materials are budgeted for use in each finished good manufactured. Each finished good manufactured, the one I write on the right side, needs 3 units of inputs I wrote on the left side. With raw material standard means budgeted. With the raw material standard set at, he is going to tell me the budgeted price now, which is $16.5 for each completed product. He didn't give it to me per unit of direct material. He gave the 16.5 is the total cost needed of direct material to produce 1 unit of output. Here is the tricky idea. Each unit here takes a material of $16.5. $16.5 material needed to manufacture one product. So if I need to calculate one material cost, I have to divide 16.5 by 3. Why? Because 16.5 is the total amount of direct material needed to manufacture this product. And this product needs 3 direct material to manufacture. So the 16.5 is the total cost of the 3 items of direct material. So if I need to calculate the budgeted price per unit, it will be equal to 16.5 divided by 3, which will be equal 16.5 divided by 3 will equal to 5.5. We have now solved the question. I'll put 5.5 here. Let's use the calculator again. I'll bring it here. 5.4 minus 5.5 is equal to negative 0.1 multiplied by 108,000 will be equal negative 10,800. Negative 10,800. This variance is favorable. Why this variance is favorable? Because the actual price was less than the budgeted price. The purchasing agent purchased the direct material for 5.4, while we were budgeting to purchase one item for 5.5. So he was clever enough to purchase with a much lower price. So the item will be favorable variance. Now let's see how we can calculate the direct material quantity variance. It's not asked in the question, but we will solve it now by ourselves. But we have to tell that the solution will be 10,800 favorable, which is this one. We have solved the question. We will now look at other equation. If it was asked that you have to calculate direct material quantity variance, how we calculate direct material quantity variance? Direct material quantity variance is the actual quantity minus budgeted quantity multiplied by budgeted price. Maybe one will think that the actual quantity is the actual quantity here. Here is the major difference. When we are talking with or asking the purchasing agent, we are asking him about the actual quantity he bought. The actual quantity here is the actual quantity that he have purchased. While the actual quantity here is not the actual quantity in the direct material price variance. How that? Purchasing agent will be asked for the actual quantity he bought, while the production manager, this equation will be used to evaluate production manager, will be asked for the actual quantity he used. So the actual quantity in the direct material, actual quantity in the direct material price variance is equal to actual quantity of direct material bought, purchased material. While the actual quantity in direct material quantity or efficiency variance is equal to the material used, not the material purchased, used material, not the material purchased. Let's see how we will calculate this equation. After that, but we can use budgeted price here is equal to 5.5. It will be the same amount on the other side. We will write it here. Budgeted price will be 5.5 colored with the green color in order to fix it with you that it is the same amount. Okay, where is the actual quantity? Here he will tell me Frisco manufactured 32,700 finished units. Finished units is not the actual quantity because it is the actual quantity of outputs. I'm asking you for the actual quantity of direct material used. Actual quantity of direct material used. Finished during the period just ended and used. Here is the direct material actually used. I'll color it with this color. 99,200 is the actual quantity we have used. Okay. Where is the budgeted quantity? We have finished the lines including any amounts. Here, there is no amounts, but he didn't tell me the budgeted quantity. Where is it? The budgeted quantity means the quantity you need to produce these units. I have already produced 32,700 finished goods. Each one of them needs 3 units of direct material, of raw material. So if I need to reach the budgeted quantity, which means the quantity needed in direct material to produce the finished goods, so the budgeted quantity means direct material needed to produce the actual output. So actual output is 32,700. This is not direct material quantity. 32,700 is the actual quantity of the outputs. Each one of them need 3 direct material units. So the budgeted quantity will be equal to 32,700 multiplied by 3 is equal to 9,800. $98,100. Let's calculate the direct material quantity variance. 99,200 minus 98,100 multiplied by 5.5 is equal to 6,050. Positive amount, which means it is unfavorable. Why this amount is unfavorable? Because the quantity used of direct material is greater than the quantity budgeted for direct material usage. In other words, I planned for using 9,800 materials, but while using the actual material, I used 99, much greater. I used material greater than budgeted, so it will be unfavorable variance. You have to think that this amount is given in the answers. Of course, it is not the answer, as we have solved this question as 10,800 favorable variance, which is this answer, is the correct one. But you have to take care while reading the needed item. The needed item is the material price variance, which will goes with this equation or this formula. So if you didn't read the question carefully, you may reach an answer that you thought it was a correct answer while it not. The correct answer will be D, 10,800. Thank you.